Hey, what is up, everybody? This is the Great Puckatini, and what I got for you today is we're going to do a video player breakdown here of Josiah Clemons. And Big Josiah here, you see, 370 pound offensive lineman. He signed with us during the transfer portal. He's coming to us from Memphis, so our coaching staff, knows a little bit about him, and that to me that's important because they know what kind of work ethic he has, and apparently they liked him a lot because they signed him again. So, hey, Josiah's got something that you can't coach, and that's size. And we're going to break him down here in just a minute. But first, before we get into that, I would ask that if you please like this video, please give me a thumbs up and then subscribe to my channel if you're new here. And then, or if you're not new, but just subscribe to it if you can. I'd love it if you did. And also then click that notification bell. That lets you know when I make new videos. You get a notification there, and you can come check it out. I hope you come back. I hope you enjoy it and come back soon. Right now I'm breaking down all of our transfer portal signees with video as best I can. And then I have all of our high school signees with video breakdown, I believe. If I'm missing one, send me a message and I'll definitely do it. But anyway, so let's check out Josiah Clemons. All right, here we go. Here's this prospect snapshot. Now, so we're looking at Josiah Clemons here, and he's an offensive tackle, could be an offensive guard. There's talk that they could move him inside. He's 6'7", 370 pounds, so he's a really big guy. He is transferring to us from Memphis, but he's from Mississippi. He's from Clinton, Mississippi there. Went to school at Madison Central. All right, now his transfer rankings, like when he's transferring to us from Memphis, when he was in the portal, he was ranked as a 3-star with an 85 ranking, which is really good. His overall transfer rank of everybody in the transfer portal was 1,394. As far as an interior offensive line rank, he ranks 118th. So, good rankings there. His high school recruit rankings, he was a 3-star, 86 rating, very good. He was a 110th rated offensive tackle in his class. And in the state of Mississippi, he was ranked 29th overall. Mississippi puts out a lot of good football players. So that's a pretty good ranking right there for Josiah here. So you see we're getting a very talented guy. Just didn't play any really at Memphis at all. But anyway, the coaches, apparently they know him and they like him, so that's good. So here's Josiah's size versus NFL prototype, because when you're in the SEC, you're going to play against future NFL players. So Clemens, like I already told you, he's 6'7", 370. Now, a prototype offensive tackle in the NFL is 6'6", 320. So you see Josiah, and they run a 5'1", 240. So you see Josiah there is plenty tall enough, but he is about 50 pounds over the prototype size, excuse me. So would like to see him lose a little bit of weight there. We'll talk about that here in a minute. But he's got the one thing you can't coach, and that's size. So we'll talk about that here a little bit. Now, I could not find a 40 time on him. I don't know if he's in that 5'1", range. I'm thinking he's not. But he could be. I don't know. I never could really find a good view of him running down the field to kind of judge it. But anyway, so he's got size, that's for sure. Now his strengths, kind of watch him on film a little bit. He has rare size and wingspan. He's got really long arms, really big size. You can't coach that. He's a powerful road grader with a man on him. If he's got a man on him, boy, he's a powerful. He can drive. He can really. He's powerful. His he has SEC level frame. At that, we said it was 6'6", 320. That's NFL, so he's got SEC level frame for sure. Downhill run blocking potential. I mean, that should be his strength, is downhill running. Man on man blocking, gap blocking, where he can just step down, block somebody in the gap, stuff like that. Is definitely his strength. And he has heavy hands at the point of attack. I mean, you'll see him hit some guys. Now, granted, some of the guys he's playing against not SEC level competition, but boy, he can just knock somebody down just by giving him a good double hand shot, the chest. So, I mean, he's a really powerful guy. A lot of strengths here for him. Now, some areas to develop, his weight management. He needs to get down around 320, 330, somewhere in that range. He's still really young. He's only been in college 1 year, so I'm sure they're still. I don't know if that 370 weight is still true. He may be under that. I know somebody told me Malachi Breland, left guard of Memphis. They said his weight had come down quite a bit. So you never know those reported weights if they're right or not. His conditioning and lateral quickness is something he needs to develop, especially if he's going to play tackle. Also, if you're going to play guard, because you're going to play guard, you got to get that second level. And if they do zone schemes, which I'm not a big fan of zone schemes, I think you have to do that. If the defensive line is a lot better than your offensive line, you may need to do that some. But also you can double team. There's other ways you can do that. But it just depends on the kind of scheme they're going to use. Also, at 6'7", his pad level, he's got to be real conscious about that. He's handling that SEC edge speed. He's been at Memphis. He played for a year, so he's seen edge speed. But if he's out there at left tackle, which I don't think he will be, but handling that speed is what's going to bother him. Big guy that's going to try to bull him. I think he should be okay there for sure. And his long-term position fit, where's that going to be? Is he going to be a tackle? Probably fits better than right tackle if it is. Or would it be better to move him in guard where he's more than likely going to have a man head up on him that he can block, Whereas at tackle, sometimes you got to pat, you're going to have to do your pass drop and then you got to, handle speed, and that's really not his area of strength. So we'll see what they do with him, where they put him. Be interesting to see. When I look at film of him, he just kind of goes along with his strengths. He's a power-based blocker. He does better with a man head up on him. He'll win with his mass and his leverage, and he's got a lot of that. He's best fit in gap power schemes, like I said, he can block down somebody in that gap, somebody head up on him, power blocking. None of this zone stuff really would fit him very good unless he gets a little bit better in shape maybe. He has development upside in the SEC nutrition program, and like I say, his weight may be down from that 370, but you'd like to see him get in that 320 range, 330, and be able to move. I talk about a lot of my videos, we want guys that can move, and we want road graders. We want to be able to move, because if you can't get your hands on them, you can't road grade them, right? So anyway, hopefully he keeps working on his body and keeps getting in better shape. It'll make him a lot of money if he does, I promise you. So why did Arkansas sign him? First of all, Silverfield has worked with him at Memphis before. And I should look at this, just hit my mind. Offensive line coach. I'm not sure if he came over from Memphis with Silverfield. But anyway, for Silverfield to re-sign him, that means they know him. He's got good work ethic. They believe in him. He's a development project. You're teaching him, you're teaching him, developing him yourself. Depth reinforcement. Like I say, he is that. You can't coach size, and he's got it. So just good depth there. You need a bunch of linemen. He has high upside physical traits. He has the size, long arms. He's got all that good stuff like that you like. Now he just needs to kind of get him in shape and get him ready to play. And like I said, they're the last bullet. You can't coach size, Now his projection and ceiling, his ceiling is to be an SEC mauler after he refines his body a little bit, He's aggressive. He can fire. If he gets somebody on him, boy, you're in trouble. He's real powerful. His floor will be a rotational depth offensive lineman, kind of be that third or fourth tackle, swing tackle. And that would be his floor, where if he don't get much better, that's where he'll be if he kind of stays where he is, but he's going to get better. Now, the wild card here is that if he makes an athletic jump by losing, 25, 35-pound weight, if he loses a little bit of that like that, I think he really gets an athletic jump, and that would open doors for him. And he may have already been doing that. He may have. That's just what I see right now. His eligibility, he should have 3 years remaining, but now I'm thinking he should have been redshirted last season because he did not play at all. PFF had nothing on him, so he should have redshirted. I think he should have maybe 4 years. I'm not real for sure on that, but anyway, he should be there for a couple years at least, 3 or 4, and hopefully he'll stick around and get better, for sure. Now that's on my PowerPoint. So let's go over here. I'm going to show you a little bit of video. Now this is going to be his high school film, okay? Because there's just nothing to show you when he's at Memphis. And this is just one game. They're playing DeSoto or somebody. But these guys look to be pretty good size. A lot of the films I watched of them, they were little guys and just, you know, he was just mauling people. These are a little bit bigger. Now here he is. You see him. He's left tackle right here. And like I say, this sets up good for him. This is his gap scheme right here, just down blocking this guy. So here we go. Let's check him out. And that way you'll get a little bit of understanding what I'm talking about here. This is him right here, big guy. And so I mean right here, boom. You just see him. He is just absolutely does a good job. He's got his butt to the hole. He's driving this guy all the way across the formation. And that's a pretty big dude. He's doing that too. So you see there, man, he is strong, strong. Here he is right here. He's got a 4-eye. Looks like this guy's on the inside of him. Perfect for Josiah here. All he's got to do is step down and just wear this guy out, and he does it. Right there's even better. Boom, look at that. You know, really good job there. Like I say, he's powerful at the point of attack. Big, strong guy. Here, and this guy here is a good-looking size kid now. He's not a little bitty dude. And, you know, he's lined up. He's that 4-eye we call it. He's right inside of him here. And that's an easy block for Josiah right here. You know, boom. I mean, he's just wearing him out. That guard ought to even, which he don't look like he moved too good either, but he ought to G-block around him, come around him. Here's Josiah right here. Because Josiah don't need any help right there. He can do that all day. Right there. But now, right here was very impressive to me. Okay, now, what he does here is that still, okay, he comes inside this guy and then blocks him out instead of just caving him down. So it does show he's got some quickness to be able to step in there and turn him. So that's very impressive here. Watch it here if you missed it. So watch him. He steps in and then out right there. Very good right there, you know. Good block right there. So he does have some good quickness. Here he is right there. You know, he's just coming in. Well, that's right there. We want to run it. That should be money right there for them. Should have been all year long. Running by him, big Josiah, and he just, especially if he's got a guy inside of him, and he just wear him out. Now this guy's going to move out a little bit. Now there he goes. He moves in, and just boom. I mean, look at that. He is just wearing that poor guy out. He's very powerful at the point of attack. Here he is again. You know, it looks like Clemson versus LSU to me over here in this game. Here's big Josiah. You know, see a little bit of a pass block there. You know, good look right there at the very end. Okay, now he just hits him with a right hand here. Right here. What just kind of pay attention here. And boom, right there. He hits him right-handed, then he knocks him back. I mean, that shows you how heavy his hands are. I mean, he got a power now. Here, I mean, you see how big he is right there. He don't look too fat. I mean, he's just a big old guy, you know. So, but anyway, big old guy. Man, he's huge. Can't coach that. Easy block for him right here. Guys inside of him. Boom. Tight end shouldn't even have to help right there. But anyway, Josiah's wearing him out. And right there, coach has to change his blocking scheme a little bit when he, you know, that tight end just go straight to a linebacker. Don't even mess with this guy. Just let old Josiah get him. Here he is again in here. A little bit of a pass set. He said right there. He said he just. I mean, now this is not an SEC defensive end clearly, but he's not a little old kid either. I mean, he just takes him down, just with his hands. You know, good punch right there and gets him down. You know, of course he's gonna need a little bit of refinement there and all that. But another thing here I see when this was his junior. That was his latest November of 24. They posted that, but right here they has him listed 6'8", 345. So down that 345 range. If that was when he was a junior in high school though. So, but anyway, you know, a really big man here. Just big, strong guy. He's got all the tools to be a really great player. You know, just really big, strong guy. Like I said, I would like to see him get down that 320, 330 range, and he may be, I don't know, but that's where you'd like to see him. And hey, but like I say, if you got a guy that big that you can bring in, if he's a hard worker, he must work well with the coaching staff for him to sign him again. So I'm excited about it. You get somebody that big, just his future's up. If he comes in, works really hard on his nutrition and his body, man, this could be a diamond in the rough here. You can find a diamond in there. And so anyway, really excited about it. I think this is a good one, a no-brainer, as long as you don't overpay, But anyway, and that's it. That's all I got here. And I thank you so much for watching this video with me, spending time with me. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, like I said earlier, please hit that thumbs up button, and then please subscribe to my channel. I'd love to have you back. And what is this over here? Turn on webcam. Well, cool. I need to try that sometime. But anyway, let's try that real quick. What does that do? And, oh, hey, there I am right there. Yeah. A little bit dark. Anyway, I got light on behind me here. But anyway, that's all I got. And I appreciate you being with me. I appreciate you spending time. And like I say, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and notification bell too. Come back, watch some more videos. Leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. And that's all I got. Go Hogs.